Everyone please rise for pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Here. Present.
Cash.
Here.
Wilczewski.
Here.
Ramirez.
Here.
Montgomery.
Here.
Torres.
Here.
Teeler.
Here.
Corbin Sanders.
Do we have any amendments to tonight's agenda? We do have one presentation for Wabansie Community College. Lulu, if you would like to take the floor.
Yes, good evening. I was just saying to Lynn, I don't remember ever going to a council meeting where everybody was so lively and there was a lot of talk, and so you sound all like a very happy group. So Mayor Goliski and members of the City Council, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you today. My name is Lulu Blacksmith. I'm the Director of Governmental and Multicultural Affairs at Wabansie. Mayor, recently you met with Dr. Sobek and I for a mutual exchange of information, and we really appreciate your time. During that meeting, we discussed the ways in which we can enhance communication between Wabansie and the city, and that's why I am here today. So, as you might have heard, Wabansie recently celebrated the completion of the College 2020 Master Plan. And that plan was completed ahead of schedule and on budget, so we are very happy with that. Dr. Sobek, in the beginning of the year, launched a new initiative called the Wabansie Vision 2050, which is an opportunity for all of us to think about what the future will bring. And part of that is we are going to be hosting a Futures Summit for the entire community to encourage everyone to think, to anticipate, to get excited about what the future might bring and to prepare for it. So we hope that you will join us. I believe that you have the flyer. We sent it to you, and if you don't have a copy, I'd be very happy I brought extra copies. So I also, in your packet, you might recall getting some 3 maps, and this is information that I wanted to bring to you only because I believe it's kind of good news for your city. I think I'm going to talk about the map, about the population by ethnicity, and so Yorkville appears, it's on the left bottom corner, appears to be doing really good in terms of diversity. It looks like your biggest population is Caucasian, and then you have 11.9% is Latino, and so that's that map. And the next map I want to highlight is the highest level of education completed. I also want to say that in terms of education, the city appears to be doing very well, and I should say this is our district, okay, the college district. So in terms of highest level of education completed, you are doing very well. But there is a 26.9% of people who only have a high school degree, and then 7.1% less than a high school degree. So what I want to point out that in bless you. In comparison to Plano, you will see that Plano is about the same in terms of high school graduate people who live there with only a high school degree. But then you look at the number of people who have less than high school, and that's 18.7. So all in all, I think Yorkville is one of the cities in our district that does very well in terms of highest level of education completed. And then the next map talks about a little bit about your about income levels. So it's the estimated population for families with children ages 5 to 17, and then if you look at in Yorkville, you have 6,373 families who fit that criteria. So, so it is good news to know that those families, well, 7.2% of those families live under the poverty level, compared to, for example, Aurora East, which is at the very top. 26.1% of the families are living under the poverty level. So in Aurora, the east side, it has about 90% of the families from the east school district are of low income. So I want to point this out because I was just talking to Lynn about the poverty sometimes is one thing that we have, Lynn and I talked a lot about, and I was saying, I read an article about the Kendall County Food Pantry, and it's just sort of confirm a little bit of what we might know about the correlation between education, education and ethnicity, underrepresented groups, and income levels. And so if you don't have a lot of education, most likely you are going to be near the poverty level, or you're going to be living in poverty, because education does open opportunities and it helps us with upward mobility. So as I was saying to Lynn, it's just so, like, I was amazed when I was reading the article about the food pantry, because I thought, well, your food pantry seems to be very busy and it's growing, and so why is that if it appears here, according to our district, the Yorkville does, our map here, does very well in terms of income levels, but it is possible that people have not recovered entirely, because some people are working survival jobs, 2 jobs, and it just hasn't gotten to the level that it was before the Great Recession. So I just wanted to think about this. This is just information about how we view our district. We like to sector it out so that we understand what certain communities need in terms of education, and also to encourage you to reach out to us to see if we can do anything. So as legislators or elected officials of Yorkville, please do think about the decisions that you make in terms of how people are impacted because of the low income and because they don't have education. And we are here to help you in any way that we can. So I really just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions, I will be very happy to answer them.
Anyone have any questions? As you know, we partnered with Wabanzi to do some training for a lot of our department heads and other staff in our Communities of Excellence program. We're about a 6 or 8 week program. Yeah, so I know a lot of our staff are taking advantage of that. So got a lot of good feedback on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's so no questions. You're a very easy group. Well, I want to thank you, Mayor Galinsky and City Council, for the opportunity to speak with you today. And please let me know if there's anything that we can do to help you. And I hope to come back again, perhaps with other types of news to share with you. Because, again, the reason that we met with Mayor Galinsky was because we try to outreach to our communities, and we want to enhance the way in which we communicate with all of you, and I hope this will be the first of many visits to City Council. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lily. Okay, we have no public hearings. Do we have any citizen comments on items that are on the agenda this evening? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Colosimo.
Aye.
Mashewski.
Aye.
Torres.
Nay.
Gray.
Nay.
Raiders.
Aye.
Householder.
Aye.
Pope.
Aye.
Sealing.
Aye.
Cox.
Aye.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular City Council meeting of May 12, 2015 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments, questions, or corrections on the minutes? All those in favor of approving as presented, please state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and to mayor's report, we do have a proclamation. I would like to turn that over to Alderman Frieders.
Me?
Yes. You have a copy of it, sir?
I just want to point out the cameraman just took off his headset.
I'll sit at the microphone. All right, can I give a little preface
You
about
can do
this?
whatever you want.
Really? The reason why we're doing this proclamation, number one, is to have some fun, because if you know anything about Yorkville, we throw one hell of a party. Also, our Parks and Rec and Chamber and Chris Funkhauser's ribs are all equally delicious. So instead of sitting back on our haunches, we're actually going to be inviting the entire community outside of Yorkville and Kendall County and everywhere else to kind of come into Yorkville and experience how delicious we are. And the only thing that I couldn't get in the proclamation because it wouldn't be approved was a mention of the front face hole, which I just think is a great way of talking about your mouth. But I'm going to read the proclamation now, so at least I got it in there. So is it going to be in the record? Front face hole? Cool. All right. Whereas the United City, actually, if you get your camera out and take a little video. Just kidding. Whereas the United City of Yorkville's annual Ribs on the River has grown exponentially since its inception in 2012, and continues to be the applewood smoked, lightly dry rubbed, and artfully sauced swine flesh appreciation event our community so desperately needed. And whereas Yorkville has always been known as the center of flavor country, depending on who and when you ask. Whereas the county seat of Kendall County has a long pig meat history of appreciation for what the Hawaiians call hua, pork, including but not limited to pork belly, pork roast, pork chops, pork loin, pancetta, and the annually celebrated baby back ribs. And whereas bacon, whereas esteemed Yorkville ambassador to Hollywood, Andy Richter, once had to quench his pork cravings by drinking a bacon-flavored adult beverage on live television. And whereas the residents of Yorkville take great dietary, culinary, and lifestyle cues from Mr. Richter. Whereas Yorkville has dozens of local pork aficionados looking to bring the best variety of ribs and pork products to Yorkville's riverfront. On Saturday, July 18th, for its 4th annual Ribs on the River, now I, Gary J. Galinsky, in parentheses, Joel Frieders, Mayor of the United City of Yorkville, do hereby proclaim that the United City of Yorkville shall change its name to the United City of Porkville on Saturday, July 18th, 2015, and encourage all residents to attend this delicious celebration of all things pork. Dated this day, the 9th of June, 2015, the year of our Lord.
Make it so.
Mayor, I'm getting mixed signals. Should we go from lighten up to pork roast?
A healthy diet includes protein sources of all types. So next year we might actually have a fish festival, if you're patient enough.
All righty. Library does have an annual report on your desk if you would like to look at it. If anyone has any questions, it is informational only. So if there are no questions, we can take that for your reading enjoyment. We do have electrical aggregation. We'll make a motion and then we can discuss it. Do you have the figures to fill in, Bert?
We're actually recommending that all bids be declined, so maybe the motion isn't appropriate.
Okay. So we don't really need any action, do we?
No, not if the city council agrees with the recommendation.
Well, why don't you just fill everyone in on what bids came back at?
Rob's going to make, well, he's got the handouts here. This is the email and the bids that we had sent out about 3:30 p.m. today. It contains 5 different bids well, actually multiple bids from 5 different energy suppliers. In general, the lowest bid received was a 24-month rate from Dynegy. That's the second row down. It's going to be that second row in the fixed rate column. For the first 12 months of the 24-month program, it'd be 6.881 cents per kilowatt hour. And then the second 12 months of the 24-month program would be 6.246 cents per kilowatt hour. So when you average those two together over the course of the entire program, it's about 6.654, as our electric aggregation broker has summarized. But we're seeing the same issues that we saw the last time we went out to bid, namely that nobody provides a citywide escape clause anymore. which I know had been a point of contention the last time we went out to bid. And then additionally, the rates that have been proposed are currently within ComEd's variable rate range. So the broker has let us know that the current base rate for ComEd is about 7.15 cents per kilowatt hour, with a plus or minus half a cent. It's a PEA charge that can vary monthly depending on a lot of things. And so that gives you a swing of about 6.6 cents to about 7.6 cents per month. That rate, the base rate, will reset in September 2015, May of 2016, and rates can go any which way. So if we didn't feel comfortable with the ComEd variable rate, we could lock in for 24 months. It's just everybody would have to opt out individually. But based on our last conversation, I know we were looking for a bit of a larger savings over the course of the program, and then a citywide escape clause. So just doing the math on the Dynegy 24-month, if the ComEd base rate stays the same for 24 months, which we know it won't, and the PEA charge stays at 0, which we know it won't, it goes up and down. Sometimes it's a half-cent credit or a half-cent expense. You're looking at $2 per month per account savings for the first 12 months, and then an $8 per month per account savings for the second 12 months. It's just that's assuming a lot of things stay the same. They most likely will not. So that's the summary. The electric aggregation broker, Dave Hoover, is here if you have any questions about the process of the bids, and we can go from there.
Any questions? Okay. So we will just move on. We don't need a motion or a second. We do not have any committee reports. Nothing from Park Board. A few items from Plan Commission. I will entertain a motion to approve an ordinance amending the Yorkville zoning ordinance by adding microbreweries / brew pubs, microdistilleries, and micro wineries as permitted uses in business and manufacturing districts, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions on this? Roll call, please.
Lewis.
Yay.
Yay. Colosimo.
Aye.
Funkadler.
Aye.
Machuski.
Aye.
Teeling.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Pat.
Aye.
Fritters.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next, I'll entertain a motion to approve an ordinance amending the Yorkville zoning ordinance by amending the permitted height of fences and corner side yards, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions on this one? Yes, sir.
I'd like to table this for 2 weeks so that staff can work out the proposed amendment for this item.
Sure, you're making a motion to table?
Motion to table.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Colosimo.
Aye.
Funkadler.
Aye.
Machuski.
Aye.
Teeling.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Pat.
Aye.
Fritters.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'll entertain a motion to approve an ordinance amending the Yorkville zoning ordinance by adding fitness clubs as a permitted use in the M1 limited manufacturing district, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions on this one?
Do we know why one member voted nay on the Plan Commission? What concern she had?
No, no explanation was given.
No?
And no questions that we could decide.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Funkadler.
Aye.
Machuski.
Aye.
Teeling.
Aye.
Coe.
Aye.
Pat.
Aye.
Fritters.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Colosimo.
Aye.
Okay, no ZBA report, no city council report, city clerk's report, any community and liaison reports? Any staff reports?
No reports?
Any additional business? Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say I had a great compliment today. A resident came up to me and said, "Hey, you're Bart Olson." I want to say, Bart, you are a good-looking guy. That really did happen, Bart.
Carlos loved him, by the way. He's just being nice.
Any other additional business?
Yes.
I never.
No one said that.
No, no, so I look like Mark. I had a resident call about McHugh and a lot of traffic on there because of the construction on 47. They're using it, and there's a lot of speeders. And the lady was concerned. She said it's getting like out of hand. One of the residents actually put a sign up. I saw the sign. I was like, well, I wonder what's going on here. That says, "Please slow down." It's like a homemade sign. And so I told her that I would bring it up, and she was wanting like a stop sign somewhere. But I told her that there would be traffic studies and have to go through public safety. Maybe it can get on that agenda, or I don't know, just to talk about it. I told her, you can talk about it, but maybe more patrols there, during this time.
We've already got several complaints in that area too. We had some activities in that area last week or so.
Okay.
We got complaints on East Main, Q, Sama, and we need that to
Okay. Alright, so I don't know where she wanted to have a stop sign. I think she just wanted something to slow people down, but I don't know.
Well, there was a ginormous pothole there, but Streets fixed it, which I don't know why they fixed it. It's not like it was doing anything but serving the common good, but whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But 47 and 34 shouldn't be too much longer.
Right, that's what I told her. It's just people use that road to cut through.
Yeah, because you avoided it.
Yes, sir.
Along that same line, school's being let out next week. I think motorists got to remember, there's going to be a lot of kids out and about all day long. And a lot of them need to slow down. I mean, it's a situation that on the side streets, can't be everywhere. But and the other thing too, with swimming season upon us, I want to make sure that people putting up pools are getting built, writing our codes, proper fencing, proper precautions. Because God knows we've had enough bad news around here lately, we don't need any more. So I think our residents need to be reminded of that.
Anything else? Okay, we do have an executive session for litigation and personnel. When we come out of that, there will be no action taken. We will adjourn to executive session. You guys should take our regular letter.